Hi everyone, welcome back to Studioloo. We're here for day 17 of the Index Card a Day Challenge hosted by Daisy Yellow Art. And I'm starting again with Las Vegas. And I pulled a few things. This is a page from like a nature book. I love the black and white illustrations here. They're just really beautiful of all different plants. This is a page, an older page from one of my Journal Together kits that I do in my Patreon. And I'm thinking I want to use that. Maybe these, we'll see. And then this is just for some backing. It's just an old drawing that my daughter did ages ago of like a comic, and we're just using that paper. So I'm going to start by first backing this. Hold on. I need to move just one little thing here. Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry. I was like, I know I have a piece of paper over here that I want to use. Okay, let's back, or front, I guess. We'll cover the front of this with glue. Oops. Calling it backing because it's like the same process of just gluing this whole surface down to get rid of it. I am just filming in the morning here, still filming a little in advance of my trip, my little getaway with my fam. This one we're going to do more vertical than horizontal. And I want to get as much of this dandelion here as I can. This is a really, oops, it's not over far enough. It's going to be a little further. A little bit right there, I think. Yeah, that's better. And we will cut away the extra. Okay. Probably good to just recycle that. All right, yeah, that's cool. Now this, sorry, my kids are calling me on this device. It's their way of communicating with me without having to come downstairs because they're in the middle of doing something, but they want to check on me too. They always forget, like, that I'm probably filming, but it's okay. Or it's like, Dad, where are you? Because Dad is in the garage right now trying to get the camping gear all pulled in for me. Yep. Sure, my kids are like, most of the time they're pretty happy to just kind of do their thing at this age, which is nice. But they also, like, they tend to, like, want us to be around regardless. It's just a funny thing. It's cute. Most of the time, at least one of them is here with me in the studio, just, you know, either drawing, coloring, doing something creative at the kid desk, or they're like watching a movie on the television down here. Or sometimes they just bring their homework or their game or whatever they're doing down here and they just do it down here, which is nice too. So I was thinking I want to use this in some way on here, but I also don't want to like cover this. Like, I'm not as in love with this side as I am with this side. Maybe what I can do is sort of a collage-y type. Like if one side of this is one thing, then the other side is something else, kind of. Let me show you what I mean by that. So I'll cut this out. These are just like little fun paper bits that I got in like a paper collection, photo collection auction. And I just scanned them. This one especially was really cute. It was like a tiny little library card. Much smaller than your average one. Okay. So if we kind of treat this like it was like a tumble of papers that were like thrown on here, you know, like so. That I think would be fun. And then this one will have a little more height to it. Yeah, let's just try to do that. So start with this one. I'm really enjoying like the creative freedom that I'm finding with this challenge. Like, I had the same thing last year. It's just like a nice break from having to do things a certain way or feeling like I have to do them a certain way. It's also just really nice to have the ability to just focus on like one thing, one little piece of art that day. So I do have a couple of pretty exciting journals waiting in the wings for me to work on. Yeah, and then not like that. Yep. Oh, that's sticky on the back. Let's get her glued. Oops, upside down. There we go. Yeah, let's make sure that she's on there. We don't lose too much of the dandelion. I'm going to put it like that. Okay. Then we lift up this sort of fake paper stack here. Around and around again. Just getting that excess off. And then that's cool because like it has height. So it's like a, you know, a bit of a paper stack. And what I also will do is take the tea dye ink, just kind of go over. I might go over the whole of the white, to be honest. I think that shading is nice. That's the nice thing with inks is they give you like a transparent color change. And then the whole thing becomes more holistic and aged, and it's just nice. So now we need to back it. Not big enough? Not quite. Me and my endless. I have all these tiny scraps of paper now, and like none of them are big enough usually to back what I need. But then every now and then I have something small to back. So I'm like, let's hang on to these. But then it kind of messes up my speed in getting these things done. Here's something I can use. This was my the cover for my book that I did for my beaver camp. It's an extra printout of our little bedtime story that I did. You can just use that scrap to back this with. Right here. And I think I will stitch this one. So I'll go do that now. I'll stitch it and then I'll come right back. Okay, so we're stitched around and I'm just going to trim the threads a little. Not a lot, just a bit. I just want them a little shorter, but I do want a little bit of thread maybe left. There we go. So now we can go ahead and trim around here and get the excess paper off. Perfect. All right, and then we can do a little inking on the back too to just kind of make this not so white. Oops. And just kind of color it in a little so it's okay, yeah, that's fun. Do we need some words here? I sort of think we do. Let me see what I have. All right, so I found this quote from Verlin Klinkenborg from The Rural Life, and it says, "It's almost impossible to think about nature without thinking about time." And I think that's kind of a nice, like, a nice feeling quote for this piece. I think it will go nicely with the fact that there's like a kind of like a historical feel to this with the old photo and old documents, and then also, like, you know, the nature that is here as well. So I will put that right across here. And then again, go over it with the same ink to keep it holistic. Okay, and a little bit of vintage photo, I think, to just add a little variance in the browns. Doesn't look so, like, jarring. All right, let's get this out of here. Stand up the glues, get rid of the scissors, and take a look at this. So that is the final piece for today, and I am happy with it. I think that's a fun little, it's kind of like another little story we're telling, right? So thank you for joining me for today's iCAD, and I will see you tomorrow for more.